Dota has played. They could theoretically still go for Shadow Fiend, but you mentioned that it wasn't the best choice on Dire side against the Queen of Pain Radiant. We'll see what they grab. Thought seems just to have good lanes in pretty much any situation, regardless of what happens. He's really crushed it, and God, he's just been so good these past couple of weeks.
5 seconds.
Yeah, he really has. DK ban out here coming out from Evil Geniuses.
Reserve time.
So they don't want to have to deal with that. Cloud9, I'm wondering what they ban out here. Again, they've banned out a lot of offlaners so far. Darkseer, the Clockwork. They're actually going to ban out the Phoenix, which, okay, I like that. Because I thought that Earthshaker would have been a really good pickup here, but now it doesn't seem too attractive here, because if it is that axe in the safe lane, it's very, very scary. Now you can always, of course, switch things up for Evil Geniuses. I'm basing all of my statements here off the fact that Cloud9 has run. I feel like they've run the Wisp aggro trial with Gyro like every single time they've drafted it.
Yeah.
At least in this tournament.
No, I agree with you. That's what we've seen at the very least.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure. I mean, Evil Geniuses. I know they've obviously done their homework. This is why they're banning out Bounty Hunter in the first two, when most teams usually at least leave it until the second phase. They know that Cloud9 love to run that, so you know that Evil Geniuses is doing their homework, and you probably expect them to expect an aggro trial as well.
I mean, Cloud9's doing their homework as well.
They still go with it. Okay.
Yeah, the Earthshaker comes through, which is very interesting. This is they could do some sort of dual lane if they wanted to as well. That's also a possibility. I'm not sure if that's the case. But Cloud9 have some really good bans as well. A lot of them, of course, targeting Universe, and then one AUI specific ban with the Naga Siren. But yeah, what I imagine would be an offlane Earthshaker coming up for Evil Genius is definitely a surprise. Not something I would have particularly expected, but and for the reasons that you mentioned. And Cloud9 now, they kind of have their pick of the litter with their mid laner. They've already set everything up with the Axe, the line, the Gyrocopter, the Io, whatever way they want to lane this. But this is going to be a Fata hero more than likely. I would be shocked if this was not a Fata hero that they grab for Cloud9. So the question remains, what is it going to be? He's got so many good heroes in this current pool. He's played so damn well, as I've mentioned. I really super excited to see what they grab, and I honestly don't know. It could still be that Shadow Fiend, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's very scary picking that into, first of all, a Queen of Pain in general, but then a Queen of Pain on Radiant. And not so much even just Queen of Pain on Radiant, but more of Shadow Fiend on Dire, because it's very easy to gank a Shadow Fiend on Dire. He's got very little room to, like, to run around trees. It's way easier of an access point on Dire to gank than on Radiant. So you have that going for you. And also Winter Wyvern on the team of Evil Geniuses is very, very scary. You can approach ganks in mid in any direction just because of the Arctic Burn running over terrain. It makes it very easy. So if they did go for that, that's something you have to be careful for.
Wow.
Whoa. All right.
Oh,
so they want
all right.
the old dirty, as AC always said. I love it when he said that. But yeah, they're going to go with the Outworld Devourer, which is, you know, very good one-on-one against most intelligence-based heroes. Because you obviously not only take their intelligence, but you also, they lose damage, you gain damage. Whereas if it's any other hero, it's just you gaining damage. So it goes both ways. So we'll see if Smells gets some help, because he might need it.
Yeah, that is a classic pickup. We're going back a couple patches now. That's the last time I've seen this hero, and this is actually pretty good. Like you mentioned, he's very good against in heroes. Smell being one of them. He's going to take a lot of that intelligence away. He won't be able to spam with the Shadow Strike, Scream of Pain as easily as he would maybe hope. Get some easy damage for the OD. Fata should have an okay time here. Like you mentioned, maybe getting some help from PPD early on. Even we'll see maybe AUI rotated on the Wyvern. I think this is a pretty good lineup for Cloud9 if they go for the aggro tri-lane, which it's shaping up that they could. At this point, they're going to send, so far, a couple heroes down bottom towards that bottom rune spot, contest it. Whether or not they get the rune, maybe they decide from there if they go for the aggro tri-lane. At the very least, AUI does TP top lane. He's going to block one of the camps, and he'll back away. So Evil Geniuses, they're not really rushing to any particular rune. We'll see how this goes. It is going to be Envy and No-Tail up top for now. Looks like they might not go aggro tri-lane, in fact.
Yeah, oh, does he have the... Yes, he's got the new gyro, the golden gyro. This is so cool. I love this. Anyway,
it was gifted, dude. That got gifted to him.
Nice. But I've been seeing a lot of teams actually do this, where they TP their offlaner, or in this case, it wasn't even their offlaner, but they TP someone to the offlane as fast as possible and place a ward to block. Because not only when you do this, you get it off completely, 100%, without getting contested, but they don't see any hero up in the area, so they probably don't even buy sentries because they don't think they have to. And in this case of a Wisp, they usually can't buy sentries because you need to rush that bottle for Wisp, and then that means the other support really can't get much else other than chicken wards. So if they do go safe lane, they're going to have some problems because they're not going to get very much out of it. If they lose lane control for a second, they're just going to be in a world of hurt. So laggy server, some kind of lag coming out, but we'll see. We'll see. I really feel like Cloud9 have been playing the aggro trialing Wisp gyro very, very well. And if they were able to pit up the Axe solo against the Earthshaker, and actually, yeah, you see EG, they're ready for this. They're actually already putting the Earthshaker bottom. That's where the mind games come into play, because then maybe Cloud9's thinking, well, what if they dodge us, our aggro trialing? Do we dodge their dodge, you know? And try to put that Axe up. Tons of mind games come into play.
Oh, man. Techies memers. Now that's a term. That is a term that I'm stealing. Who doesn't meme on techies? Let's be honest. Just kidding. God. I hate that hero. I freaking hate that hero.
I just had a conversation with Fogged about this. This hero is retarded. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
That's the hero's annoying for damn sure. I don't know how else to say it. I actually just don't play Dota anymore because I'm afraid of playing against techies. That's how bad it's gotten. I'm sure people are feeling the same as I am in that regard. There's like one person in there, there's a couple of people in chat who are techies pickers, they're laughing their ass off, and I'm just sitting there miserably and just like, why do I have to play this Dota game against this techies hero? Good hero.
Way too good.
The unfortunate thing is like he doesn't translate very well to the competitive scene. I'm like, the day will come that they'll start figuring out ways to use him more effectively in the competitive scene, and he'll be picked up like every game.
Has he ever lost a Tusk Techies game?
I don't know.
Get a stat for that?
That's a good point.
I don't think I've ever seen it lose.
That's true. That seems like a cheeky play, not techies on his own kind of, but I don't know.
I mean, techies on his own is still really annoying.
Yeah.
The mind change to where it detonates so fast is just boggling. It's 5-0. All right, there you go.
That's... I don't know what I expected. I'm sure it wasn't that. I mean, at the very least, there's no techies in this game. Techies
only two losses without Tusk.
Who picked techies in those particular... And where were they? I'm curious as to where they were picked up.
Now we just want to talk about techies.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about techies until this game gets unpaused, probably. We could talk about OD and how interesting of a pick it is, but screw that.
By the way, I never see this. I mean, I'm very excited to see this pick. But, and I'd like to see maybe the stats on this too, if we can. We're going to put mob packs to work on this one. But I rarely see this hero win when it's picked up lately. I really do. I just
doesn't farm well, and he requires perhaps too many items and levels.
He does. He does require a lot of item slots. He requires a lot of farm. Usually the best way I think to build him is to snowball off of the mid, take your Midas, because without Midas he just doesn't farm well. There's also another school of thought where you just get a 4-staff and you start fighting. But that doesn't seem like... I mean, if you just want to keep fighting, why pick OD in the first place is my argument.
Well,
so
I'm sure they have something up their sleeve with Fox picking it up in the first place. I have to imagine they have an idea of how to play this particular hero, otherwise they wouldn't have grabbed it. They must know something that we don't. They'll put Sumail under a lot with this Astral Imprisonment with Fatsa. I would be very surprised to see him not use that ability, like even just to deny and make sure he gets last hits. I mean, Sumail will have some trouble here early on, but it really doesn't get a little bit tougher until later on, where he loses, 2-3 seconds at a time just through the Astral Imprisonment alone. We'll see how that does pan out. But they are going to dual lane right now for EG, and I do like this. Bone 7 not getting a lot of farm top, not getting a lot of room, and Fear's going to be up here. Bottom lane, it is going to be PPD and Universe. Fisher comes out. No-Tell in trouble. Shadow Wave doesn't connect, but he does tether across the Fisher wall. That's a nice little play. And so all damage is avoided, or all real damage, I should say, and No-Till will be able to regen up just fine.
Oh, he actually did buy sentries on Misery. And PPD, he used both sentries, but struck out both times. So they don't have a pole to work with, and they thought they maybe had like a vision ward here, which they don't. So, and then Cloud9 actually has the lane pushing towards them. So and PPD actually spams it out. If they're able to keep the creep equilibrium around here and still apply pressure to this lane, they're going to do very well for themselves because they have no pull. How's Axe doing up top? He's under a lot of pressure from Fear with that spamming of the orb walk. Hasn't really got any CS, but he does have pretty good experience gain. We see a little bit of roaming here from Aoi, who did buy the boots first. Could have put maybe some pressure onto Fata. Fata putting some pressure onto Sumail right now with some right clicks.
5 last hits, 4 last hits. The Shadow Strike will come through. Here comes the Wyvern. Arctic Burn is available, and Fata is going to get caught out. The Splinter Blast will go. Fata just getting dealt with by AUI. Right clicks. He should go down here. He has Astral. He's going to use it, but that's only going to prolong the inevitable, I imagine. They do back up a little too far, but there's the last right click, and AUI will back up, smartly pick up the kill. That is first blood, and OD already having trouble just through one rotation from AUI 2000.
And look at that. OD, so far this patch in 6884 is 3-9. Very dismal stats there for that hero. And gets ganked despite the fact that having... I mean, this hero really thrives in the mid lane once you get to like level 5. It's almost impossible to lane against at that point, but with the help that Sumail has gotten so far, now it's a different story. And like now he can apply pressure. He's got some extra gold in his pocket. He's got a bottle coming out to him on the courier, so now it's like pretty much square even. In fact, he probably even an advantage here for Sumail as he's level 4.5, whereas OD's only level 3.5.
Yeah, the Outworld Devourer going to get Shadow Strike pretty much whenever that's off cooldown and he's got enough mana to use it, and that's the big issue. Will Sumail ever have enough mana to use that ability? And he's actually still got a decent mana pool, of course. He's going to bottle up, and he's actually CSing pretty well. But Fata, oh, another Shadow Strike. Put him under, and Fata will back up. He will regen using a Tango, so he knows he's in some trouble. Top lane, they do rotate out the Winter Wyvern, so it is only Fear against Bone 7. Bone 7 is just leeching experience right now, and be expected. He can't really Fear. Level 2 seniors, he will now. He'll actually throw up the Battle Hunger. It does have Call as well, but Fear will back away. Fear is very squishy, so if he's caught out of position, Bone 7 can get a couple of spins and hopefully get a kill. So that'll be something to keep in mind. Back and forth we go. It is only 1-0. The bottom lane is where it's really going well for Cloud9, and this is to be expected. Aggro tri lane, but hold that thought mid lane. Splinter Blast, TP is in. Fata in trouble. Blink away. Misery coming through. They want AUI. No Wisp Ball is up, ready to go. They will pop them now, and AUI in trouble. He's got the bottle. He can regen up. He's also got 3 sick charges. He's going to use some Splinter Blast will go, but it won't do enough damage. There's either maybe the Arc Blast, but Fear gets a kill top lane onto Bone 7. Bone 7 gets the experience. He gets the kill first and foremost. There's an exchange up there. So
very
all
nice
around the world,
here.
No Tail picks the Illusion Runes. Screw Pain will go. The Tether's up as well. Sumail wants this kill. Look at the slow coming out. Tether slow coming through. Sumail hexed up, right click, and now they turn it around. Fata comes all the way back. He's sitting on 45 HP. He doesn't give a damn. They secure the kill, and now it's back in favor of Cloud9.
Sorry, what I meant to say was very nicely played by Bone 7, able to get that kill, but very greedy play there from Sumail, actually going back towards that rune. Didn't really have vision that the heroes had left yet, but they were definitely still there. I actually thought he was going to die initially. I thought what Misery was going to do was turn his attention onto, Bone 7 taking some damage. He's forced to call to give himself a little bit of bonus armor to start with.
Spike.
Nice done there for Misery, and he will still will save him.
Yeah, Fear was looking for that kill, but Misery comes in, gets a perfectly aligned Earth Spike, and makes him back off. Bone 7 will purchase up his Shrunk Boots. This is going to be a bit more speedy, and he's going to have some more regen to work with. And now with that kill that Fata gets mid, kind of evening this up, it's a bit more back and forth, I think. They're going to TP in mid. They're, I think, going to have No Tail just regen up Fata real quick, give him the bottle, make sure he gets the charge back in. Up lane, they're going to try to go on Fear. Maybe not. They don't have vision. It's actually Misery alone. I thought Fear was going to go on Misery for a moment there, but that was not the case. As Bone 7 is going to transition to the jungle, this is going to be that Misery's going to get solo experience. I'll rotate in with Bone 7. He's going to put Sumail under. They're going to maybe look for a call, but I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time. Instead, Bone 7 walks through the tree line, but he's spotted out cleanly by this Observer Ward that is placed up there from Evil Geniuses. So Sumail has a pretty good understanding of what's going on here.
Which I thought this ward was going to be very obviously spotted, because while they were ganking him, he placed it in the middle of him getting hit by 3 heroes, but maybe they're so focused on getting the kill they didn't watch him place the ward. But he literally placed in front of 3 heroes, so I thought they would have got him. Top lane, Misery in some trouble.
Yeah, Arctic Burn will slow him down, but Fear won't dive the tower. They're not tanky enough to be able to take the Scroop Wave and tower hits, and they might have gotten the kill, but if they take one Earth Spike that was errant, rather, they were going to die. So a smart play from Evil Genius to back off, and Misery's just had really good positioning here as well. Down bottom, Tether's going to come out, Rocket Barrage going, not really hitting up Universe. Look at the sound effect of that freaking Rocket Barrage. Sounds like a freaking laser. No, it's supposed to, but PPD coming in. He's got level 2 Grave. Will heal up Universe. Doesn't even have to pop the W button for PPD. And this aggressive dual lane of coming out from Cloud9, it's paid off before, and it's already looking like he's doing pretty well, at least in terms of CS. So
Mizra's able to get a little bit of me time up in the top lane. Oh, a Bone 7? Yeah.
That's
Did
awkward.
you not see him?
He didn't see him.
Oh,
There's
Fear's in
Doug.
trouble.
Splinter Blast, Misery. Looks like he might fall. No, stays alive. No tail comes in. Great overcharge with the tether. AUI in trouble as well. There's no call coming out. AUI will try to TP away. Looks like he should make it. Smart play from him, but they do lose Fear. And there's a 4-2 advantage now coming up for Cloud9. Not to mention putting pressure all over the map. Mid lane, bottom lane as well. God, I can't get over those freaking golden atomic ray thrusters.
Oh, yeah,
Throw the
actually,
call down.
that's
Won't
really
grab it
weird.
though.
Very weird play right there, but he might actually get gone on here. Fear actually transitions towards the bottom lane. Nice done there, setting it up from Universe. The lasers come out, but Envy will fall to the right click of Universe. So very nice swing of gold coming his way. And now Fear, I think they're just going to switch this up. Maybe they're just like roam the Earthshaker or something and let Fear get a little bit of free from in the bottom.
Yeah. He does have 33 last hits, and so despite Fear stalking a couple heroes top lane, he's doing pretty well, but still behind Envy, obviously, who's had a great time bottom despite that death. Bone 7 is looking to just get that early blink tagger. It's flashbacks to 6.83, and he's having a pretty good time already. 800 gold plus the boots that he's got, the tranquils I should have mentioned. Fox is sitting mid. He has the gloves of haste. Now the question is, does he go for the treads or does he inevitably pick up the Midas? Hold that thought. He is going to get fishy, but the put under came through just at the right time. Instead, now Universe is going to get turned on. Uh-oh, he's in some trouble. Call might come through from Bone 7. He is across the river, however, and Bone 7 going in a bit too deep. No counter initiation from Evil Geniuses. PPD does not have the poison touch. Fotsa gets stunned up again. Sumel could blink forward and try to go for this, but there's the Hex onto Sumel from Misery just to make sure they stop any sort of aggression. Some really good Astrals, really good Hexes just to stop the counter initiation coming out from Evil Geniuses. Now there's 4 heroes mid for Cloud9. Scream will go through. There's the Earth Spike to set things up. Bone 7 might want to walk in, decides against it. Now they'll back up across the river.
Haste rune now bottled up from No Tail. I'm surprised that rune wasn't taken earlier from Evil Geniuses. They were in the area. This could make a difference. Fear, he's going to spot out No Tail, and he gets stunned out by Universe to keep him in place. So despite them not having, well, actually they do have some vision there that was just placed right there. But they walk along the side of that cliff and was able to spot out the Wisp, who is only level 4 and doesn't have very many stats, so it took a lot of damage there from Fear.
Fotsa again crushing it mid lane. 31 last hits to the 29. I don't know if crushing is the right word, but he's having a good enough time here. Sumel not as far behind as he was earlier on, of course, in that first game, but hold that thought. Bottom lane, this one's going to come in. There's the Earth Spike, and it'll be out on the Universe. He'll throw up the call down as well, but he's pretty tanky. Mass TP reaction, and Envy and Misery will have to back up, but they force the TPs. They don't lose a single hero, and I think that's the most important thing, is Fotsa will continue to free farm mid. But Sumel jumps in, Sonic Waves, blows up one, but now in trouble. They need to use the Grave. PPD has it. Sumel still in some trouble. I thought that fight was over, but the blink came through from Sumel, throws up the Sonic, gets the kill.
Yep, and another ward placed here for some vision that helped give Sumel the information that he needed, so that he knew the position of where Lion was running. If he doesn't have that ward, I actually don't think he gets that kill, or blinks in confidently like that. So this vision helping out EG as they just placed those wards. And I'm still surprised that ward that Aoi placed as he was getting gone on by 3 heroes stayed this entire long duration. That's just funny to me, but
yeah,
just goes to show you sometimes that they don't watch you place the wards even if you're getting gone on like that.
I think also important. The most obvious wards can get countered often, and this one's not particularly in an obvious location. So, yeah, that ward's about to expire. So it's done some really good work in terms of getting vision and making sure they don't get ganked by Bone 7 or a couple other heroes mid. Bone 7's not gonna really care about vision pretty soon. He's gonna have his blink dagger, and I think that's the most important thing here. So he's gonna be able to blink Berserker's Call and hopefully get a few spins go his way, and suddenly he finds a couple of kills. However, for EG, they'll continue to farm up. Fear is still bottom lane, was reversing the lane, looking for a potential pick-off target, but Envy backs up. Fear is 10-2 on Clinks in all-time pro Dota, 5-0 in this particular patch. That's something else. So, yeah, he's played this hero a lot, and he seems to be confident with it.
Yeah, I think his decision-making of when to farm, when to roam, is what really makes him thrive well on the hero, because it's very easy to get into the mode of like, all right, I got my treads, I got my Aquila, let's just go roam and like just roam the entire time, never look back, never farm any more items. But you have to have some me time too, and I think he balances it out quite nicely.
And he is going to roam now. So, speaking of, he'll head towards the mid lane. Fodza has yet to be stopped. He's going mech, by the way. This is something we used to see when Buckler spam procced the Essence Aura, but it was changed a couple patches ago. But a mid laner going, especially a mid intelligence hero going mech, is not super surprising. And I think this is a very smart choice coming up for Fodza.
It's also just really good to have a fast mech on your team when you have a Wisp, because you get the double heal.
Right.
So, and it gives him a little bit more added team fight to where I think EG's team fight is just better. Fear, he keeps spawning out Misery, who is actually got level 7, but taking tons of damage. Has no way to respond. He's got 2 different heroes pincering him. And he gets taken out there. Very, very easy gank there from EG.
Caught between a rock and a hard place. Misery is not much you can do in that situation. That does allow Bone7 to get his Blink Dagger really well timed, in fact. 12 minutes for the amount of harass he was taking top lane. It's pretty special for Bone7. No Tail and Bone7 sitting behind him. No Blink just yet. It's flying out on the courier as we speak. Fear will rotate. He's still in the jungle mid. Everyone else smoked up from top. They're heading towards mid in a beeline pattern for Evil Geniuses. PPD is going to be first. Still no poison touch. It's fine. It's a common build. Fear will wrap. Look for potential backstab. Now there's going to be the Fisher coming in. Relocate. Not there. But the damage is coming through. The Winter's Curse on the Bone7. They're not really dishing out the damage. Splinter Blast going to go and Echo Slam on the Misery from Universe. Nobody's just yet. Now the ult comes out. Sonic Wave. Sumail gets the triple. Immediately thereafter, Envy rotates, but it's slow. On the other side of things, Fear and Sumail securing the ultra kill. And now Envy is alone. Oh my god, it's all going awry. Cloud9, what just happened? Rampage comes out for Sumail after getting that triple with the Sonic Wave. This is the most casual Rampage I've ever seen.
It really is. Oh boy. I mean, I think part of the reason is that they got a little bit they didn't use their spells properly. I think they used the call while the Astral came out, so, and that was the blink. That was revealing the blink of Axe too.
Yes.
And that was no good, obviously. Gyro coming in at the very end, and then just unfortunately everyone was dead, so not much to do there. I think you said it quite perfectly. That was the most casual Rampage I've ever seen.
I did that Sandy's Eclipse do anything? It didn't seem like it.
I don't think it did really anything to Quap at all. I feel like he took no damage.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, if you look at his build, he's really got no int, and I don't think he had many, if any. I think he had like maybe 1 Astral in prison.
Yeah.
Intelligence buff onto him, which is decent. It's 13 intelligence, but it's just simply not enough. It didn't really do anything. I mean, it's also only level 1, so it's not that impressive.
I don't think this hero is... This isn't a knock on Fodza or anything. I've mentioned how well he's played recently. I just don't know if this hero does anything.
I am personally not a fan of the hero, and the stats reflect it as well. I don't think that this hero has the highest win rate, and I don't know.
I feel like maybe I'm not giving him a fair shake. Like, the game's still very early, but the problem is getting to that late game situation where OD can thrive. It's going to be difficult.
Well,
we just rotations bottom, by the way.
Yeah, they do see his Bone7, they're letting him out. If they can cancel his blink and put him into an awkward position. The stun actually comes out as soon as he blinks in. This is going to be so bad for Bone7. Misery is forced to come in here. Actually comes to relocate.
Very tanky, not to get Sumail jumps in, gets the kill. Now they throw up the Winter's Curse. That'll be under no tail. Relocate does come in. They want to bring him down as fast as humanly possible. He's got 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Call down. Fisher will secure the kill. There's the figure up on the Universe, but here comes Fear and Sumail. Misery caught out, blown away. Fodza in trouble as well. No Sandy's Eclipse. They will not dive the tower, or maybe they will. Sumail winks up. Sonic Wave. It's gonna go. They throw Sumail under, but it's too late. Suddenly a 4-for-1, and Fear wants to keep going, but Envy already behind the tier 2 tower. They can't find a way to get him down, and Fear is actually going to take a rocket punch, but here comes Sumail. Shadow Strike not available. The Urn Charge is up. They dove past 2 towers to try to get this Gyrocopter, but they can't find him. However, they're still okay. Sumail might not be. He's actually out of mana. Bone7 will come in. Call misses Sumail. He's got enough mana for a Blink Dagger, and he's going to get out, but here comes the TP in from Misery. Sumail actually might be in trouble. Earthspike about to go. It will connect, but they're going to get together. Make sure they can just stay back. AUI will get called. The weave is up as well. Sumail will blink away PPD. Looks like they're just going to leave AUI out to dry. The Culling Blade will go. Bone7 will get the return kill. Universe picks up an Illusion Rune. Fisher will go on to 2. There's a lot of damage to No Tail. They'll tether up. They'll use a Stick Charge. Another TP in, this time from Fodza. Put Universe under. And so, slowly but surely, Cloud9 turning this around. Call down will go. Echo Slam comes out, but that was optimistic from Universe at best. And it does turn up into a 4-for-4 trade at the end there, surprisingly enough. Actually, it might have been, yes, it was 4-for-4. Universe dies twice. And now they're going to jump in. That'll find Misery. And he's dead. Wow, that damage coming through. That is a godlike spree for Sumail. Here, popping up the medallion, and Misery doesn't live very long when that's on him.
Oh boy, he was so close to his blink too. That's really, really unfortunate. I mean, it's just really scary. Oh, actually, up top, actually, as it's just the supports fighting each other. It's the relocate. That was a relocate that came in.
Interesting.
Maybe just a split push the top lane just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, you gave one of the best snowball players in the game a rampage at 13 minutes. It's just devastating, and despite the fact that the numbers aren't crazy for EG, the momentum is going to go the way of Sumail, who now has an Axe Scepter picked up at 17 minutes. He's godlike at 17 minutes.
The converse thing is if they feed up a kill, you know, if they feed a godlike spree of Sumail over to Cloud9, especially for the Envy, which could happen right now. Oh, the call misses. I don't think he got stunned by that either, or not stunned rather, but the call didn't actually go through, I should say. But what I was saying is if they give the kill away, if they give Sumail's kill away, they give it to perhaps Envy, all of a sudden that things go in Cloud9's favor terrifically. And they're going to group up. It looks like they want to pressure down this tier 1 tower. They have the mech now completed for Pata. They'll put some pressure together and go to work.
That is one of the drawbacks, if any, of getting a godlike spree very, very early on to the game, is that you're still not to the point where, like, super tanky, so you still can die quite easily. I know that you have tons of gold, but you gotta find something if you're Cloud9, and you are right. If they do get they get the kill on him, it could be very, very devastating. There's a Blink Dagger coming out at 18 minutes for Earthshaker. Very, very big for him. No level 11 yet, still. He's not going to do too much damage, but he does have the control there.
Oh boy. Now the smoke up from Evil Geniuses, and I don't know if Cloud9 can really afford another loss here. Another team fight loss. Luckily, they're mostly bottom, so they'll avoid the wrath of EG for now. EG will head top, and Envy might be the one that's spotted out and taken down. AUI will rotate, he'll push up this creep wave. They're heading through the jungle. They don't have vision of any of the heroes yet for Evil Geniuses, but they might find them soon. They're going to go all through this jungle, wrap in, but now Envy's going to set under the tower smartly, as everyone is missing off the map with the exception of AUI, who just showed himself in lane for a moment there. No tail. Oh, they're going to find Envy. Relocate, not going to go through just yet. Oh, the Echo Slam. They blow him up. Fear trying to do as much damage to Envy as possible, but they already got what they came for in the kill of Io, and now they'll back up and probably push this tier 1 tower top lane. Oh, God. Sumail goes in and throws up a Sonic Wave. He really wanted that kill. You got a haste rune. You got to be kidding me. Okay.
Yep, well, he gets with the Axe Scepter too. He's got his ult up and ready to go again in 30 seconds. Not even.
Ridiculous.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Not looking
Well, this
good
is
for
maybe
Cloud9.
well, this is maybe something to get the ball rolling here for Cloud9. Relatively decent timing here for Lion's Blink, despite the fact that he's died 5 times. But he does have his Blink. He's still got wards under his belt too. I see a ping from EG onto the mid lane. This Wisp could be in some trouble. Maybe baiting him out is Bone 7, as he's sitting right behind him.
Where did he go? EG's positioning, however, pretty solid. They have really good vision in the jungle as well. Envy's gonna TP top. They have Winter's Curse. Envy's gonna get Arctic Burn. There are heroes rotating. As you mentioned, Sumail has his Aghanim Scepter Sonic Wave ready to go already. Still, Cloud9 sits top. Envy has to back up. That TP was kind of aggressive in that tier 2 tower, but he'll be okay for now. Mech is done for AUI 2000. He got that mech like 5 minutes later than mid lane OD did. Something to keep in mind. Again, AUI playing out of his mind this series. Fear just runs in. He knows he's got true sight, and he's sitting right under the tower, and Fear is just like, I don't really care if you can see me or not.
Huh, he actually went for another point in strafe over the Death Pact.
Oh, they
That's
see
actually
it.
a call.
Well, they're gonna bring it down. Winter's Curse goes, but it's too late. They blow up Fear, and now Fox throws at the Sandy's Eclipse. AUI in trouble. He's astraled up. Now he's in trouble. C9 turning this around. They won't be able to grab AUI. He's over the tree line with his Arctic Burn. Still trying to make his way up, but that's not going to be the case. Misery coming in. There's going to be a usage of the Cold Embrace, but the Earth Spike will secure the kill. It is a 2-for-0. Good turn from Cloud9. That's something to get started here. That'll do. At the very least, that'll do.
I I'm very interested as to why Fear put in another point in Strafe rather than Death Pact. The cooldown reduction in Death Pact is definitely noticeable, and the extra health you gain from 50% to 65% up. Another kill there from Sumail. As I was talking about Fear crafting things, but he does get hexed.
Beyond
they're not gonna go.
Oh, they thought about it for a second. Fata wasn't in position. Instead, they're going to get turned on. There's the blink echo coming through. No Tail gets blown up. Double kill for Sumail. Fear still chasing after Fata. They had a Sentry Ward there. They know that he's walking up towards them. Fear still wants this kill. As you mentioned, no level 2 Death Pact, just the level 1. Might have misskilled, and that's probably the case. You see here, he's about to hit level 12 here, so. Then they're going to just run. They jump in. Sonic Wave not there. Fisher does hit up. PPD still chasing them down. Here comes Fear. Mech comes through. They want the courier. Can't quite grab it, but it's close. Misery will go under the right click. Fata will get away. Mech goes through from AUI 2000. Now they'll take this tier 2 as well. And Fear is level 12. As you have to skill up that second point of Death Pact. Now you've made me very interested. There it is. All right. And be walking in. Fata looking for an Astral. Can't find it. Skeleton walk away from Fear. Weave on PPD to cover the retreat. Deny on the tower from Fata.
Dire's bottom tower has
All right.
fallen.
It might have just been one of those things where, like, you level up in the middle of a team fight and you haven't used Strafe yet, and so you're like, well, I'm gonna get more out of it if I just level this up one more time. That kind of happens sometimes. I don't know for sure, but anyway, doesn't really matter too much. As a casual ulti comes out from Sumail, just pushing out waves and pushing heroes a little bit.
Queen of Pain.
Love it, if that's what he's going for.
You don't really need Bloodstone, do you?
Well, Bloodstone's really good in terms of, like, I mean, he's got a huge streak under his belt, right? One of the only ways Cloud9 could maybe get back into this is getting that bounty, but if he can always deny himself, or if he can deny himself before they get that kill, then he's saving himself, you know, giving the opportunity of giving Cloud9 all this gold in the streak, so maybe that's his thinking process.
Yeah.
And if that is, I can definitely see that line. I do think that Octarine is really, really good on Quap, though. Yeah. It's going to be a 30-second cooldown on his ulti.
Ridiculous. Desolator now done, by the way, 23 minutes in for Fear. He could have gotten it earlier had he not died, but beggars can't be choosers. Cloud9 will walk over their aggressive Observer Ward, and Fear will rotate up there on his own. With this Desolator, he'll find Fata, but nearby is also No Tail. He'll see that in just a moment. Death Pact's about to wear out as well, but here comes the entire squad. No Tail mech'd up. Luckily, that mech does save his life as Fata pops it very quickly. Fear's still on the hunt. TP coming through. No Tail will make it away. How lucky will Fata be? The answer's not very lucky. There's no TP, rather no relocate coming through. Echo Slam 4-step from Universe. The slide Echo, if you will. A nice little play. Bottom lane, they do blow up the Wyvern with the call down coming in, but here comes Sumail. Sonic Wave not available. He already used it. Mana Drain's going to fly in. We've already been popped up, relocate as well. Envy's going to get out. They're going to relocate through. Fisher comes out. They might lose both of these heroes, honestly. No Tail, exploit. Chant Totem to the face. Giant Totem comes out from Universe. Misery in trouble. Last right click from Sumail will do the job. Bone 7 will blink out. It does turn into a 1-for-3 trade all across the map. Sumail still chasing after Bone 7. Bone 7 trying to get out. He's got Blink in 3. He actually is just going to TP, and that'll make his way out of there. Fisher could have came from Universe, but not in time.
Yeah, I think he was scared that Envy wasn't going to get out, but Envy just TP'd away, and then he just relocated himself into death, unfortunately. So communication is really not there, it seems, for Cloud9 this game, and just they seem a little bit shaky here in this series against EG so far compared to their last series where they looked pretty damn solid. A lot of factors involved, of course. I mean, Sumail getting a rampage certainly doesn't help things for Cloud9, but even if you just look at the last game, they looked really, really good in the beginning, but things started to change. I think they looked pretty good early on here for Cloud9 as well. They had a very early blink on Axe, but the second he got it, it like turned into a disaster. Yeah.
There's some really solid team play from Evil Geniuses, and they just weren't ready for it, I think, for Cloud9's perspective. And the Sandy's Eclipse did next to nothing early on in the game. The timings were off, I think. They wanted to fight, and the Sandy's Eclipse didn't really do anything when they did want to fight. The Octarine Core is now done for the Queen of Pain, so as you mentioned, the cooldown is 30 seconds on that Sonic Wave. Not to mention whatever else he's got going on. Screw of Pain, 5.5 seconds, thereabouts. 3 seconds for a Shadow Strike cooldown. His blink is
4.5.
4.5, yeah. Now he's got an Aegis to work with as well, too. Envy is got 4k gold, so he's going to have to buy something pretty special here to, I think, keep this game even. He's so far the only one doing anything special. Fata does pick up a Void Stone, which I imagine is the beginning of his Scythe device, as he already has the Ultimate Orb. Scythe could be pretty big as well, as nobody's got a BKB yet for Evil Geniuses. That Scythe should provide enough intelligence, hopefully, for a Sonic Wave to be somewhat useful. I'm hoping, anyway.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, I'm
Woke
interested
up
to see what
EG.
Envy does with all this gold. It's very... Oh, Action of Misery could be in some trouble. Blink come in, actually, he will stun Blink away.
Oh, God.
He blinks
That's
to
not
the
the
hands
first
of
one I
fear.
Radiant's top tower.
I'll see you later. That's a gem, by the way.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They just bought that. They must have just bought that.
Oh,
that is
Lord.
Misery's gem. So that's it. Couldn't predictably go worse than it is right now for Cloud9 in that situation. That's rather unfortunate. I mean, there's not much else to say. Like, you buy a gem, you lose it, you're already down 25-10. You've lost almost every team fight with the exception of the one top lane, which was a minor victory. You've lost Roche. There's an Aegis now up on Sumail, who's an Oct core at 25 minutes into the game. They're pushing without AUI. That's something to keep in mind. They probably won't push into the high ground without him. He had to push that top lane, so.
Cloud9 are so far behind this early on, and I don't think they can fight in team fights. Does Envy just go for an all-in rapier or something? Or I think I've seen him do this before, and he just goes for the MKB.
I think that's going to be the choice.
But
Will be the MKB.
yeah, and it probably will be. I don't know if it's enough though. I think they're really far behind. Here comes the relocate actually.
All right, is he
onto-
buying it? Is he buying a rapier right now? He bought a demon edge. He doesn't have enough money for the rapier. He's actually 700 gold away. They're TP. They really want this kill. They're gonna find notes. Oh my god!
That means
They
Envy's
relocated just to get it. Just to get the demon edge. He's gonna buy the MKB, but he's dying for it. Double kill for Universe with the Echo Slam. Wow. You relocate so you can buy an item. They react within seconds. They TP. And thank God he didn't have enough money for the rapier, because if he buys it and loses it there, dear lord.
Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna go for it anyway, but we'll see how much this MKB can do. Kind of a funny play that they have to relocate to buy items because they can't even get it with a courier. I mean, look at the warding here from EG. It's just they have vision inside the ancient area of Cloud9. They're controlling the jungle. There's nowhere for Cloud9 to go. They're just struggling to find any piece of farm on their side. Fata's trying to get that sheep, but I really don't think that's going to do much. You have you have heals coming out from PPD, Fissure blocks, or I mean Fissures to stop the further engagement of Cloud9. Aoi can just throw the the Cold Embrace plus the mech onto him. He also has a Glimmer Cape. They just have so many defensive tools against Cloud9, and that's assuming they hit their abilities.
The Hex is at least something. I mean, they need anything at this point. MKB as well. It's going to do at least some damage. But when it comes down to it right now, EG are about to push up into the high ground with more than likely this next group wave. They have a gem on Universe with Blink Force as well. Fear's got a Death Zone and a full Solar Crest, which we talked about last game. There's a Glimmer Cape on AUI 2000. As you mentioned, the defensive capabilities of EG are outstanding. Culling Blade's going to be the only thing that goes through that freaking shallow grave, so that's something to keep in mind. And they're going to TP back home for Cloud9. They'll pull the creep wave back. There's the strafe up the Desolator. They throw out the glyph though, and that'll prolong the push now for EG. They'll sit back. They'll wait. Throw up another medallion for PPD. They've got 2 medallions, 1 Solar Crest, 1 medallion. This could be it for Cloud9. Not the best way to go out, but they've got to defend somehow, and Misery won't get that opportunity as he gets blown up. The relocate a bit too late through Note Sale, and now without the line to set up any sort of potential initiations, this is going to be even tougher to defend. They'll go onto the top tier 3 tower. Envy going to get Shadow Strike as well. They'll blink back. Fear continue to go onto this tower. They relocate Envy back a couple of meters, but that's about it. The right click into the tier 3 is going to work. EG, they're trying to push in. They want to get this Dota pick grand finals. They want to take the victory. They want first place. They want to win it all. But first and foremost, they'll take the tier 3 tower. They'll back away. Clinks will be the one to take the last hit. There is the Hex now done for Fata, so they have some sort of item to work with here. Sumail might get hexed up. Astral first. Fissure comes through. Only onto Envy, though. It doesn't take too much damage. The overcharge coming in. Blink and Sumail. Sonic Wave. Fata in trouble. No Hex used just yet. He'll mech first and foremost. Sumail still going to work. Has the Aegis ready to go. Sonic Wave on cooldown for 24. Fear just going to work in the melee racks, and it looks like he will bring it down. Misery finally respawning. Hex is up. The Glimmer Cape out. Glimmer Cape out as well. Melee racks down for next to nothing. No Aegis expended. Only ability used is Sonic Wave, and that is it. And it's right back off cooldown here in 8 seconds.
Yeah, he can just spam it out like crazy.
Uh-oh. They're up in still. No Aegis, by the way. Sumail in trouble. Cooldown's gonna go Echo Slam onto 3. Universe Sonic Wave. Sumail blinks back. Bone 7 about to fall. They lose Envy. 3 down. Fata about to fall as well. No Hex is already used. And GG is called. And just like that, Evil Geniuses, your Dota Pit Season 3 winners. Oh my goodness. absolutely outstanding performance in these two games. They take it 3-0 with the one-game advantage, Trouf. They're going home with a big lump sum. Congratulations to Evil Geniuses. Thank you to everybody for joining us. This has been a great season. Trouf, what a way to end it.
Yeah, and thanks for having me again. It's been a really, really fun time casting. And, I mean,